Welcome to a Vanguard news video without the bullshit. Let's get started. It's barely September and Bushiroad is so eager to let you use your thick bones for Halloween by revealing Finel's ride line and support for DLBT04. Hop and Step Finel is your typical D-series lyrical monasteria starter that'll get Western players traumatized for being accused of ogling a girl at the gym. An appeal only I have Finel, when placed by riding over a grade 0 card, lets you add up to 2 trick and treat cards from the top 7 cards of your deck. What a cute sundress she's trying on. Too bad you're never going to actually see her wear it in a card. Natural Smile Finel basically does the same thing as her grade 1 counterpart. So in the end she gave in to the status quo and wore her summer school uniform instead. Trick and Treat is a normal order card that lets you use up to 16 copies in your deck. You can only play this card if you have a Finel Vanguard. When played, you perform one of 3 effects based on how many times you used an order card with the same name this turn. If you use 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and they may put it to the bottom of their deck, otherwise you draw a card. If you use 2, draw a card then countercharge 1 damage. And if you used 3, call up to 1 grade 3 or lower card from your drop zone. This card also has an alternate artwork in case you were having Meteor PTSD. Personally I'm having Yu-Gi-Oh! Sky Striker PTSD as it's forcing you to keep using spell cards to gain advantage. As for how you're going to use more than 1 order card in 1 turn, Triple Trick Finel, while on Vanguard during your turn, lets you play up to 3 order cards, but it can only be Trick and Treat or a Regalis piece. And while on Vanguard when she attacks, you can pay 1 counter blast if you played 3 or more order cards this turn to give herself and another rear guard an extra crit, then all of your front row units get 2k power for each Trick and Treat order card in your drop zone. It's quite random that this card made an exception for a Gallus piece when a lot of cards usually exempts it. Expect the anti-crit heal triggers to go up in price if she ever replaces Willista as the top idol student in the nation. Haunted Spot Illustana when placed on rearguard during your main phase lets you pay 1 soul blast if you played 3 or more order cards this turn to call up to 1 normal unit with a different name than herself from your drop zone. And while on rearguard, you can add up to 1 Trick and Treat order card from your deck when her attack hits a Vanguard. Using their order card 3 times means you can revive her with the 3rd you switch in turn, lets you revive another card with her ability. As Augur player's Thick Bone just performed Alch Magic, if you know what I mean. Prank Explorer Crispiner when placed on rear guard, lets you pay 1 counter blast to add up to 1 Trick and Treat order card from either your deck or drop zone. And while on rear guard during your turn, she gets 5k power if you have 3 or more Trick and Treat order cards in your drop zone. So not only does this help you in using as much Trick and Treat as possible, it practically lets you do it for no cost, since the second time you use their order card countercharges. And people wonder why I used to hate Bermuda Triangle. They never get punished for their actions. Finally, 1 Night Witch Stranger when placed on rearguard that is not by unit card's ability lets you pay 1 soul blast if you played a normal order card this turn to either call up to 1 card with a grade equal or lower than your Vanguard, or add a normal order card from the top 5 cards of your deck. And while on rear guard, you can pay 1 counter blast when she attacks a grade 3 or higher unit, and if she was placed this turn, to draw a card, and she gets 10k power. So Lyrical Monasteria got their grade 2 unit, that depends on normal orders, that the other nation got NDBT 11. Forget what I said earlier, Willista will once again reign supreme due to getting another high-powered attacker that you can restand. And that concludes this Vanguard news video. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments on what to restrict in Willista so that the game becomes balanced until the next power creep.